What is good, everybody? It's Pablo Pickasso. Merry motherfucking Christmas. So we're gonna do something a little differently. Fucking intro. Get right into it. So I was just watching this and I was baffled to say the least, because if you don't know, this chun on the screen here, this chun's name is Cody, right? It's big YouTuber, like the millions. I'm talking about the millions of subscribers, and he has like a partner he makes a lot of content with and shit. But around, let's say, 6 months ish ago, salute fam jams. So like 6 months ago, it came out. This dude like hooked up with an underage girl a few years ago, and since then he's been radio silent. He hasn't said a fucking word. His like partner in all his companies and all his YouTube videos had to come out and make a statement, but he hasn't said shit. So today he happens to drop one of these videos on like his third channel. So he's trying the trick of he's trying to like weasel his way back in, but he's like, oh, let's see how the reception is if I post on like my third channel that's about him like training, running for marathons and shit. So this is the first thing he's dropped since all this stuff came out about him like being with the underage girl. Let's see how he starts the video. Okay,
check this out. So I use Strava to track all my workouts, and they give you a score, and it's like a current fitness score. So my current score is 57. This is based on, I don't know, heart rate and I don't know, other things, other fitnessy things. Anyways, this was the highest my fitness score ever was.
Your fitness score? Really? For 6 months? You know there's this huge controversy going on with you. You haven't said a fucking word. 6 months. And the first thing you got to say is about your fitness bullshit. You can't be serious right now. It gets worse.
I was at 123 fitness score in April of 2023. That was when I was getting ready for Ironman. And then since then... Oh, we're coming back.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's about how your YouTube's going right now, too.
That's where I currently am, 57. Kind of crawling my way back, but...
You ain't crawling shit. So basically, he goes on and on and on and on. He's fucking running a marathon, talking about training for a marathon, all this shit for like fucking 20 minutes straight. Like it's just a everyday vlog. Like he doesn't have these wild controversies, and he says nothing about it for this entire time. So I'm gonna skip to the end where he finally speaks on it a little bit. Listen to this.
Everyone who hates called pie that like
the race was I'm left. The race was awesome. Honestly, it was phenomenal. Like probably the most beautiful course I've ever done in my entire life.
Was it a beautiful course?
Like I spent like most of the race just with my jaw on the floor because I just couldn't believe the views. I mean, I knew that was like a beautiful area, but oh my God. You know, aside from the 20 minutes of freezing torrential downpour, the rest was just, I was just in utter awe of like the beauty, like the beaches and the water and the house.
We're in utter awe that this is the first fucking video you've posted. Everyone's been waiting 6 months. 6 months. What do you got to say? What do you got to say about the accusations that you were with an underage girl? 6 months later, 6 months of silence. Your fucking YouTube partner had to come out and say something. You still haven't. You try to creep back and post something on your third channel. 20 minutes into the video, you're talking about race courses.
And the valley, and the bridge. Like it never stopped. It was awesome. And they even changed the course. They made it way harder. The morning of the course, because I guess the day before there was so much rain that some of the course got like washed out or something. So they ended up adding 2,000 feet of elevation.
Oh, did they? Did they add to that? Like, bro. It's infinitely maddening. Hold on. He gets there in a second.
I passed this one dude and he was just like, he was going up this like really steep grade hill and he was like, I don't know whether to puke or pass out. And guys were passing him.
I'm sure that's what you said when Tanamongu finally talked about what you did.
I was huffing and puffing too, obviously, but
I'm sure you were.
I think the beauty of the course really outweighed the pain for me. And my time was 7 hours, which I think is good for a 50.
No, it's actually 6 months is the time.
Also ended up finishing the race. So that's awesome. All in all, it just ended up being a great race and a great weekend. And
that's what Hitler said. It was a great race.
A great birthday. So I'm happy. And now I think the next goal, I think it's time.
Yeah, I think it's time too, bro.
You know, when I started this channel, the main goal that I wanted to do was Iron Man. But I had a couple things in my head.
Oh my God, what a fake out. I think it's time. And then he still is like rambling. Jesus Christ.
Wanted to do after, right? Marathon. And now I've done another ultra. So now the only thing left
is to address the accusations.
And I've talked about this before. Is a 3:30 marathon. And there's a reason I left it to last, I think, and it's because it just scares.
What a piece of shit. Jesus Christ.
There's the time, right? Just like the time out there training, the hours of like monotony.
Hours and hours of waiting and waiting for you to say something, deny it, say you're sorry, anything.
The thing about this 3:30 marathon is it's just another level of pain. It's another level of training. Like the race around the hall. Like, oh, fuck, I got to do a race. And I'm 20 pounds heavier. So I got home. I was like, I need to just jump into training for this. So I had ChatGPT make me a training schedule, which I know is extremely cringe.
You should have had ChatGPT write an apology because this is terrible.
I am a fan of human work and human coaching, and I will use one in the future. But I just needed something to get into right away to give myself zero excuses. So that's what I did. I'm already training for it.
And stop giving yourself excuses.
And it's just, I'm so nervous because, which I think is a good thing. Like that means I don't even know if a 3:30 marathon is like physically capable for me to do, which I think is.
No one gives a fuck at all.
So, I'm nervous, but I'm going to go for it. And it's time. It's time to really commit to this. I'm going to have to commit to this training schedule. And I'm going to have to commit to, you know, potentially losing some weight so I can get faster. And the whole thing just scares me. But I want to vlog it. I want to vlog the whole process, just like I did for Iron Man. And I need to. I also understand if your opinion of me.
Okay. Finally, we get there.
Obviously, I understand I've been offline for months, haven't made videos.
Oh, have you?
I'm gonna do it. Obviously, I understand I've been offline for months, haven't made videos for, you know, that whole time. And
that's pretty vague. And why is that? Why is that?
I also understand if your opinion of me has potentially changed over the last few months.
And why would that be? Why would opinions change?
You know, I spent the first half of my career criticizing people and judging people online. So, you know, I don't begrudge your judgment of me by any means. I just think all I can do right now and moving forward is just try to be the best person I can be for myself.
Is train to run marathons. Bro. He said, oh, okay, you know, it came out that I was with an underage girl. I think all I can do now is just train for Iron Man competitions and be the best me possible. Are you, bro? It's like, stop being 32.0. Like, this guy can't be serious right now. He's like, you know, I built my career of criticizing others online. Are they criticizing you, or are they asking you, hey, did you sleep with an underage girl? Is this true? and you've just said nothing. Apparently you've been running up fucking beautiful landscapes. Good for you.
Right now, moving forward is just try to be the best person I can be for myself and for my family, and just try to continue putting the best shit out there that I can.
Is this the best shit? Bro. The only reason people watched this, me included, is because we wanted to hear what the fuck you had to say. If you were going to deny it, if you're going to say you're sorry, like whatever the fuck. The only reason we got this far in the video. This is not good. Terrible.
So that's what I'm going to do. And if you stick around to watch it, I very much appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, truly.
Yeah, you know why they stuck around, bro. You put this shit at the end for a reason, not at the beginning like you should have.
And so that's the plan. 3:30 marathon in March, hopefully. And you're going to see the process. So I will see you soon. And choo-choo.
Wow, what a piece of shit. That might be the worst response I've ever seen for someone being accused of something. But wait, there's more. What do we want to get into next? What's a good one? So there's another recent controversy with this tard nugget. What's his name? This fucking complete Jamokaloke tard nugget. I think his name is oh yeah, this clown. Jake Doolittle. He does little. So apparently this clown, right? He has like a charity. And oh, where's the history? It's not right. There we go. So apparently this clown has a charity, and he was trying to get his other buddies and YouTuber friends to like donate to a charity. And then he started trying to blackmail them. And he was saying to everyone, he's like, well, anyone that doesn't donate, he's like, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to put the names out there of who didn't donate, and like try to make them look bad and shit. Meanwhile, it's like, bro, this kid has like 300,000 subs, and he did a live from the hospital, like completely crashing out. His fiance was like begging him not to do it. Someone was like talking about that situation with the charity. Totally crashing out live from the hospital. And he just looked like a complete and total fucking lunatic and felt entitled to other people's money. So then he made this brilliant video. And we love bad apologies here, you know. The cringe of YouTube. I know it's not for everyone. Like, I have a weird sense of humor. I just think it's fucking hilarious when people get into hot water, and then they have like these PR teams and shit that tell them that they need to. It's not that they're actually sorry. They just know that, fuck, my subscribers are dropping. I have to release an apology video. And most of them, they'll release one, and like the mask will slip a little bit, so you'll actually see who they really are. They'll start ranting and raving like Jimz did. We're gonna get to Jimz in a minute. Just like Jimz did, he'll start ranting and raving like a lunatic. You see the real person, but then they realize, oh fuck, that wasn't good. So then they take that one down, then they try another one, and sometimes it takes like 3 tries for an apology video, because they'll go through the range of like attacking their audience, like just ranting deranged rants towards people and shit, and like pretty much doubling down on why they shouldn't be sorry. And then they'll erase that, then they'll try again, and then literally they have to like sit down and script it. It's like psychopaths trying to figure out how normal humans behave. Like, how it's like acting, you know, they're going for an Emmy. How would an actual empathetic human look and sound like apologizing for this? And that's what they go for on their 4th try, and they make sure they edit it. But what I love about this is the fact that he's got the Shane Dawson cutout in the background. Another YouTuber who had to come out and apologize for all these weirdo fucking jokes he made about like essaying children and animals and all kinds of weird shit. So I think it's funny that while he's making a terrible apology, he's got the cutout of another dude who had to make it. It's like bro, the nuances is just it's mwah. It's incredible. So let's get into this without further ado. This is Jake Doolittle's
video sucked, and the
like,
hello
my last video sucked. That's why I erased it.
everyone, my last video sucked, and the following live stream of me in the hospital trying to see what my audience thought of the video and if everybody hated me was also a really stupid fucking decision.
Oh, you think? Bro, just what you said right there lets me know you're a conniver and a manipulator. That last video, that last live that I deleted, that I put out to gauge how my audience felt about me being a complete and total sociopath.
The video and if everybody hated me was also a really stupid fucking decision. I want it to be known that that live stream was not a response to the videos made at the time. There was one video made about me, and
that makes it even worse. So you weren't responding to anyone, you were just ranting like a lunatic. Okay.
I went live against my fiance's wishes. She was texting me the entire time telling me to get off live, but I thought that I could explain what was going on while in the ER, in a lot of pain, and dealing with insurance shit. I was literally like,
Bro, I love how literally he says, he's like, yeah, a rational human in my corner was telling me not to do this. But then I love the when they go to the, I was dealing with health issues. These fucking YouTubers, man, they always go to like, oh, I was dealing with YouTube burnout and health concerns, health issues. It's always the thing they go to. It's like, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, I was in a fucking coma in the hospital. You're never gonna hear me talk about health issues as an excuse for my abhorrent behavior. It's fucking absurd.
go live, I'll see what the audience thinks, and then hopefully this will all be over. I can explain everything. But first of all, going live and trying to talk about that kind of stuff was really dumb. Also, being in pain, not in a good mental state, and in the middle of talking to nurses, also very dumb. Not only did I go live thinking that
I love how, bro, he's trying to say like, it's like, oh, like it was a slip, like he said something fucked up. It's like, no, you did a horrible thing, and now you're trying to make it about the live stream you did after, and you're going, well, it was just, I was in the hospital, like I was talking to nurses, I was dealing with insurance, like it was just so much chaos around you that's why you did the thing you did before that happened. Like, what are you talking about?
I could clear everything up in the span of 20 minutes while waiting for results from knee scans. I also just dug myself a deeper hole. There's a lot to address, and thinking that I could clear things up while on a vertical live stream holding the phone below my chin is clown behavior. I was genuinely trying to compartmentalize everything that was going on, and there was one video that was made and H3 was going live, and I was like, okay, so if I address this, then there's nothing to talk about.
You just said the video wasn't a response to videos at the time, but now you just said, well, this guy was live talking about, you're already all over the place. And I love how people think that he's like, it was clown behavior. People think that if they just throw in a self-degrading insult, they're like, I was acting like a chun. That it like, oh, well, even he knows it was like he was acting like a clown. Like that somehow makes him not a clown anymore. Just because you know you are.
Everything's all good, and then I can focus on my health. And in reality, while in the hospital live streaming and getting results like that, it only made things worse. So this, I guess, is my response to everything that's been said. I want to start out by saying
right. I mean, bro, no one likes staying in the hospital. The food sucks, the TV sucks, like everything about it sucks. But it's like we don't use that as an excuse to treat other people like shit and then be like, but my health issues, like get the fuck out of here.
Video that I posted, I was very upset recording that. The attitude and the tone, everything was bad. I came across as annoying and entitled, and prior to recording that day, I had been dealing with one of the first like big major health scares that I.
Oh my god, bro, what a sentence. See how he starts though? Like I love when he didn't say I was being, he said I came across. So see what he's doing is like dissecting it and going, I looked back at it, and now that I could see from a normal human's point of view, how I would come across like this. It's like, no, just say like, yo, I was wildin'. And then all in the same sentence goes from, it could be perceived that I was being a clown, but I was dealing with this health thing. Like, bro, how many excuses can you jam in one sentence?
I had been dealing with one of the first like big major health scares that I've had in the
Right. If anything, it did the to me, it did the opposite. That it's like, bro, after that, like it's like I go so far the other way. You know what I mean? Like,
last 3 to 4 years. Since I've started YouTube, my health has been somewhat okay. I've only had 1 or 2 surgeries in the last 3 to 4 years, whereas prior to that, there was a lot more and a lot more doctor appointments, and I felt much worse. I was kind of riding a high of feeling okay. And then I started to get pains that mimicked a lot of what I felt prior to the first round of my surgeries. So I was on the phone with my surgeon and insurance trying to get an MRI approved, but it wasn't able to be approved because I needed an x-ray first. I recorded that video with no notes or preparation. It was 45 minutes as a raw file, and I sent that off to be edited.
it's Jake Doolittle. Honestly, I didn't know him, and Ethan is online. I didn't know they were 2 different people. I thought they were the same person. But I might have to go in on him and that fucking Nick is not green clown and shit. I might have to go in on them on another video because, bro, like randomly 3 months ago, YouTube just like suggested, or maybe it was more like 6 months ago, just like randomly suggested their videos. I watched maybe like a minute and 30 seconds of each one, and I was like, yo, who are these clowns? They're the biggest like panderers there. Like, I can't stand clowns like that. And like, I'm trying to save myself from going on a rant, but basically all they do is critique other people, but then with like the safest takes possible too. They critique other people for critiquing others, going, oh my god, all you do is make fun of what they look like, and you're a homo trans racial phobic, and like just say all these fucking buzzwords to try to get everyone on their side, even though all they do is make fun of how people look too. It's like they're the biggest clowns in the world. But back to this clown that also looks just like him.
Edited and thumbnailed. It came back as 15 minutes, and I dragged and dropped it into YouTube Studio, attached the thumbnail, and said fuck it, which was probably one of the worst choices I could have made. But I think that's kind of where my mind was at the time. I had also been declined for disability insurance because since I'm self-employed, I don't meet the—
So look, you see what he's doing here? Like 28 minutes to address. Look, and also what he's saying right here, he's like, feel bad for me, my health issues, and I got declined from a disability. Bro, you have 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. What are you talking about disability insurance? And I'm sorry, it sucks, whatever. Like, I'm not trying to play my health issues worse than yours type shit, but it's your knee, dog. It's your knee. You sit in a chair and make fucking videos. Like, I'm sorry, but even if you were getting surgery, even if you just had surgery and you were laid up, you could still sit in a chair and make videos. Like, I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for you at all.
the requirements of disability insurance because it would be like trying to get coverage for a house in the middle of the ocean, trying to get like flooding insurance. That also added to my stress because if I end up going through another period of time where I'm very sick, I don't have any sort of backup plan. I had no topics to talk about. I had just watched a video of a YouTuber talking to the camera and ranting about like things that he was passionate about. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do that. And I'm upset and I'm scared and I'm frustrated with everything that's going on in my personal life. So
I'm scared. I'm scared that a potential health issue could arise. And if I couldn't make a YouTube video for months, I may eventually, possibly could be in financial despair. Like, bro, how much money you got in the bank account? Let me remind you that the thing he's addressing here and apologizing for is blackmailing his friends to put their money into his charity and saying, so entitled. This is how you know he has a shitload of money. He's so entitled to other people's money that he's saying, if you don't donate to my charity, I'm going to put you on blast. I'm going to put all the names out there of everyone that didn't donate to try to make him look bad to his audience. That's what he's apologizing here for, by the way. Scum.
Well, who cares? Especially since it was a complete throwaway video. There's a lot of the stuff that I was saying in that I still stand by, where, you know, I want never stop to work. Like, all the basics of it are still very true. But then in my anger, I would say things like, if after a month nobody ends up donating, then I'm going to have to talk about the people who have declined to donate. And that's fucking stupid. That was me trying to be like, this is how hard I'm trying to make things work. And in reality, it came across as, you know, I have a bunch of rich people who I know. Why don't they give my charity money?
Yeah, that's not how it came across. That's how it was. See how they try to play word games? They try to do the wizardry. Word game, wizardry, and they try to play semantics and go, how it came across was like this. And but like, no, that's what you were doing. You were blackmailing your own rich friends.
Haven't been happy with the way that we haven't been able to up the amount of money given over time, and we are only getting more and more applicants, and we don't have the finances to give out more money to more people. Also, because videos that I've been posting haven't been getting views, and I'm freaked about not being able to post or make money
So because your viewership is declining, you're demanding those around you pay more money because you feel like your charity isn't doing enough. Like, bro, if you cared that much, you'd not only put your own money into it, but also you wouldn't have to get on camera and make a big display about how you'll fall on your own sword to try to, like, bro, I can't stand people like that. These are the type of people that like have their iPhone up, like, look at me feeding the homeless, you know? It's like, would you do that if the camera wasn't on? I don't think so.
I have another health scare. I was like, it's something to post. It's not going to get views anyways, but I might make $100 off of it. And that was also really fucking stupid. I had been telling myself, like, I'm going to post every 2 to 3 days. I think it was on day 2 or 3 that I hadn't uploaded. And I was like, I have to do something. Let me just fucking do this. It was the worst decision.
Yeah, that's where you fuck up right there. When you go, I have to upload this many videos a week. That's when you care more about quantity than quality. And you wonder why your viewership's slipping.
I could have made. I do not feel entitled to your money. Your money is your money. As somebody who's freaked about his own personal money, if there was somebody reaching out to me being like, hey, do you want to hear more about my nonprofit? I'd be like, well, I have to take care of myself first. And I don't know the people who I'm talking about's fucking financial state. It was a wild assumption to be like, you know, if anybody has extra money, like, I've made a few videos with them, where else would they give their money? And that's fucking
where else would you give your money? I know you're a rich YouTuber. Where else are you going to spend that money besides give it to me so I can stand up and say, look how good I am, everyone. Look how much money I've gathered for charity by blackmailing my own friends.
Very, very dumb, especially while the nonprofit is in the state of like building things up. If it speaks to what my mindset was, I posted that video genuinely not thinking anyone would see it because our website is not functioning.
Okay, I'm gonna let that one slide.
At all. I thought that people would recognize my frustration as me trying or showing people that I care, and that's just the wrong way to do it. I didn't want people to think like Jake has had Never Stop for the past year and a half. The number of applicants have only gone up, but the number of donations made has not. And I didn't want that to come across as me being content with what we're doing. Like, I want there to be more. It kind of just came across as like a crazed, like, upset person.
You keep saying came across. Maybe it came across. I didn't want it to come across. Bro, it's not came across. That's what it was. People saw what it was. That's it. You think if you say it came across this way enough times that people would be like, oh yeah, maybe that's how it looked to us. That's just, you're gaslighting, bro. That's all you're doing right now. You tried to gaslight people to donate because you felt like it looked bad that more and more applicants came in. You still haven't raised more money. So now you tried to gaslight them, and then we actually saw the real you for a second. You knew, you're like, oh shit, the fans actually saw who I really am and not this fake character I play online. So now you're trying to play the character again and gaslight us even more.
Person who's not happy with his friends, his health, like really anything in life. And that's the worst. I do think that it was my initial reaction to having the first day in 3 to 4 years where I was just on the phone with doctors and insurance. And I mean, good God, I could have just waited a day to record. I also didn't think that would
I
get
love that.
viewed.
I love how that's the excuse though. It's just like, but I was dealing with health scare. Not even says like, oh, this big health issue. He's like health scares, and I was on the phone with insurance. You know how you get. You know how you get when you're on the phone with insurance companies. It just makes you want to blackmail your friends.
Or attention because I made statements in that video that needed context that I didn't give. Like I assumed that this was going to be to my core audience. Nobody who I was talking about.
You just said you didn't think anyone would see it. So which one is it? You didn't think anyone would see it, or you thought this was your core audience and they would all get the context? You see what I'm saying here?
About would see it, it wouldn't be a big deal, and then now it's a whole thing. I said that no nonprofit gives directly to people like we do or something like that. And so
see what I'm saying? Nobody does as much as I do. I am the most charitable man on the planet with other people's money.
My core audience knows
anyone can be charitable with someone else's money. Okay? Anyone can be charitable with someone else's money. That's the quote of the day.
That in previous videos I've talked about, like, I think it's really cool that we're able to give money through PayPal and have it in the recipient's pockets within seconds. But without context, that's me saying no other nonprofit does what we do. We're the best while we're giving 500. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I also said
no, it's not. It's not that it lacked the context. You wanted it to sound like that because in this day and age, people don't actually click on it and look into your charity and go digging for those things. People in these days, they don't do that. No one's doing that. They're just taking your word for whatever you say. So you know what you're doing when you fucking leave shit out like that.
Something like no other YouTuber is posting as much as I am or something. First of all, that's just completely false. With context, I was trying to be like all of my mutuals who I've been friends with for a while. I mean, they upload, like basically they upload once a month. And I'm working so hard, but like in reality, these people are putting a bunch of effort into their content
and you're not. And also, I love the pat myself on the back, right? Look, everyone, look at me. Look at how much I'm doing.
And I'm not. That's why I can put shit out like that. I did take notes for this video, so I'm trying to go through them. If I seem a little jumbled.
You have to take notes to address and apologize for what you did wrong. That's the first sign right there of a fucking sociopath. You can't even just turn the camera on and say like, my bad, y'all, I was bugging.
There's a lot to cover. The reason why I ended up talking about how no influencer has donated to Never Stop is out of all of those stories that I told of people not giving to Never Stop, one of those happened recently, and that's the one that spiraled me into a fucking tizzy. So a YouTuber reached out to me and wanted to get on a call and wanted to hear more about my nonprofit, and we talked about like all this different stuff. I got my hopes up. Like this was somebody who could change Never Stop and kind of was saying things like, I want to hear more about your nonprofit. Let's talk more about philanthropy. Let's do like, and so in my head, I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And then that person stopped talking to me. I found these fucking niche little times that I've talked to other influencers and used that against them. And that was really fucking shitty. And I don't want to give too much detail about the situation.
Yeah, you saw the numbers, you saw the amount of zeros in your head, and you creamed your pants. You're like, oh my god, the checks that they will send. Like, bro, if you're doing charity, like, you'd be happy with any amount you could give back, bro. That's the thing. He's obsessed. It's more about the image of giving back.
Situation, because this whole idea of threatening to say names was so fucking stupid in the first place that I don't want to now have this video.
100%. All scam artists. It just came out that Hawk Tua girl was like scamming people. That company Honey, that search engine, they're scamming people. Everyone's got a coin they're gonna rug pull you. Everyone's got there's just a bunch of schemers, bro. Here's the thing, for the most part, and this can be said about actors too. Like, look, most people that turn a camera on themselves and go, "Look at me," like usually have some kind of like personality disorder or narcissist or center of their own universe in some kind of form or fashion. You have to be a little like narcissistic in some way to feel like your takes or like people should watch you, you know. And I'm not talking about like old YouTube was different, you know. You just like film a video of a dog in your backyard and it would get a bunch of views. But this era of YouTube is the era of the narcissists, the scammers, the sociopaths, the Dogecoin rug pullers, the apparently everyone like likes little girls. Always comes out that they're like messaging their underage fans, asking for pictures. That one kid, Dane, whatever the fuck, he got sentenced to jail because he was asking underage girls for pictures and then like twerking videos. And because dude, this is how crazy it is. They were so young, they didn't even know what twerking was. So in order to get a twerk video from these young girls, this kid would send them a video of him twerking to show them a tutorial. Like, do it like this, and you gotta pop it like that. And it's like that, bro, you're sick. You're sick. If you're talking to someone who doesn't even know the reference you're making, why would you even want that? And I'm so glad that kid got sentenced to years in prison. F off.
Be me releasing a name, but like I built up in my head over the span of a week different possibilities of working with this person and pitching things, and they had reached out to me, and I know for a fact that I put too much like pressure on that whole situation. I don't think that anybody is obligated to give me money. It is all out of me just being frustrated that things aren't going as well as I'd like them to be. I'm not making enough money.
Yeah, it's called life, bro.
Money to really change anything with the outcome of Never.
Yeah, and most people are working a fucking 9 to 5 and aren't making enough money to even fucking provide for their family and pay their bills and have like, you know, you're talking about these health issues. If they had one of those health issues, had one surgery you're talking about if something happens and I was out of work, if I couldn't make a YouTube video for 2 months, most people can't even go 2 months, 1 week without a paycheck, and they'd be scrambling. They'd be looking at shit they could sell off. All you got to do is sit in, even if you had to get a knee surgery, like I said, you could still sit in your fucking chair and make a video to your 300,000 subscribers. You fucking dink, you tard nugget. But I think we get it. He's going to just keep making the same excuses and keep saying, it came across like this and it came across like that. And you got to understand, I was frustrated at the time talking to health insurance companies. Like, that's any excuse to be a shitty human. So, okay, we got a couple different ways we can go from here. I could bring up that kid I was just talking about. I think everyone should know about what the atrocities that kid done. But, that might be a little too hard of a turn. Maybe we'll lead into it a little bit because this one's still a little funny. This is just hilarious. So I don't know if you recognize these clowns right here. A couple weeks ago. Where's the video? It's okay. I'll just go to watched because I have it on the watched. Goodbye YouTube. These clowns right here, you might recognize them from. They were like, I forget the name of the channel itself, but they were on this other channel and they did like ghost videos and they would do like case solved stuff. I seen a couple of them back in the day, but then they left that channel. It was like BuzzFeed or I think it was like a BuzzFeed thing, but then something like that. But then they went out on their own, right? And the title of your video is I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Like, I'm sorry that you suck. Like, sorry that you caught me trying to scam you, dummy. Be smarter next time. That's basically what these YouTubers are. I'm sorry you're so stupid. It took you 2 years to realize I'm a sociopathic scammer that likes underage girls. Like, That's what these YouTubers are. But yeah, so these chuns, they left. Pretty sure it was like BuzzFeed. They left there. They made their own channel called Watcher. They're wildly successful. Like if you look down, it's at 2.89 million subscribers now, but I think it was even higher than that before all this stuff happened. So they were getting millions and millions of views. They had a couple different series where they would like do in-person like ghost hunting shit, go to haunted places, and they would like fly around the world and stuff. And they had like a bunch. They had so many Patreons, it was insane. Like they're clearly making bank. They were making fucking bank off all their YouTube videos. Not to mention that sponsors, if they had merch, like just the Patreon alone and the regular YouTube, they were making so much that they hired 11 employees to work in an office, which the reason people liked their content in the first place wasn't because it was like all this written stuff and it needed 11 people to write and edit. Literally, they just liked these dudes like charisma and their chemistry together. Half the time it was just them two on camera. Like it didn't need to be, it doesn't need 11 employees. So that's the thing, is they started making all this money and then they tried to turn it on their audience and say, here's the thing, is YouTube just isn't sustainable anymore for the millions that we're making and the 11 people's payroll that we have to pay. Like no one told you to hire 11 employees. So now they're like, now we have to leave YouTube, and they created their own streaming service that was like $11.99 a month or something, and they told their audience it's only, or maybe it was like $7.99, but like it's only $7.99 a month. You can afford that. Like they told, like implying that they're so rich and out of touch that they're like, look, we make millions off you already, and you're already subscribed to the Patreon, and that's what everyone said is like, bro, you already have the Patreon. People are already paying for your content, but they're like, but we need more. So this was the video, them announcing their leave. And I want to play some of this so you can get how absurd the sad music is. And they sit down and they explain, well, if this is our last YouTube video. So let's get a little of this, because this was what their core fan base that stuck with them and watched them video after their Patreon subscribers, people that put all this money in their pocket. This is what they were met with like 8 months ago. Let's watch some.
Alrighty.
Like already, bro, already. It's like they're acting like you're moving out of your childhood home. Like, no, you just you made your own fucking streaming subscription-based streaming service to jip more money out of your fans, and they're acting like someone's dog died.
As sad as it is to say goodbye to YouTube, it's the right thing to do.
If this is my last time
It's
on YouTube,
the right
maybe
thing to
what a
do.
life I've lived here on this platform.
I grew up on YouTube. All of my heroes were on YouTube. I learned how to be a human on YouTube. Taking a step away from it.
I learned how to be a human on YouTube. See? You see what I'm saying? Bro, that's literally like a direct quote of what I was just talking about. About these people, they aren't fucking normal humans. And he literally just said, I learned how to behave like a human from YouTube. What are you, a robot?
It's just tough because I've always really loved and cared about the YouTube community. So it's hard to leave.
It's tough because it's like, you know, you're the reason we got to this level and we do make $2 million a month, but it's just not enough.
My name is Ryan Steven Vergara, and
So F you guys.
I'm part of Advanced Video Production.
Hello, I'm Professor Morris Ashley. Welcome to another exciting episode of Extreme Science.
You see what I'm talking about, though? This is what got their fans into them in the first place. This isn't highly produced content. This doesn't need 11 people working for you.
No idea what to do for my intro. Please don't stop watching. Please.
My first YouTube video that I ever made was in 2012.
And that, my friends, is how you will become the most baller in your city.
It's so embarrassing, but I think it really encapsulates early YouTube.
Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit because it's basically them going down memory lane. Like, let's look back. Let's look back at all the moments.
Years because it felt very selfish and weird to want to go into film. And I
It is. It is.
was like, I got to do something responsible. I can't just do something that is fun. And then after 2 years of that, I was like, I'm really sad, and I really don't. Like, I was like, I guess it's worth maybe pursuing my, creative ambitions. So then I went to Columbia College in Chicago and studied editing. But even before that, when I was at Northern, I was still making a bunch of dumb little videos. Plenty of dumb little videos.
Yeah, like this one. We try to convince your fans. It's the sad moment. Now pay us more money.
When the three of us huddled together around my little kitchen table in my apartment, we kind of wrote down the mission statement of just, we want to make a studio or a platform where we could make unscripted television caliber content on the internet.
Oh, yeah. That's the point he tries to drive home. Is that was our goal from the beginning, was to make television quality product. And we just can't do that here on YouTube. What? Bro, you can upload the same videos to YouTube that you could on whatever dumb streaming service you're going to make. And he's like, it has to be television quality. Okay, then use your $2 million a month that you get from all your views and all your Patreons and put it back into your content. Asshole.
And to that point, nobody had quite done that. Full blown.
What they're saying is that we want to be able to shoot whatever we want. We want to be able to hop in a plane and fly to Japan for a scene if we want. There's one show they did where they're literally like, we went to fucking Ireland, and it's just like them flying. They're like eating steaks absurdly. This steak cost $1,000. That's why they need your money. That's why they can't be on YouTube. They have to be on a streaming service for you to pay. So you can pay for their plane tickets and them to eat $1,000 steaks. And they have their own money, of course, and mansions and all this shit. But they don't want to use their own money to film the content. They want your money to ensure that they can do that and still pay their 11 unnecessary employees, all while not touching their money. That's what they wanted. And their viewers saw right through it and rightfully called them out. And a bunch of people unsubscribed and told them all to go fuck themselves because they were greedy assholes. And it was amazing.
Own developed shows had not been kind of a thing on YouTube to that point, especially when we first started Unsolved and Worth It, and we wanted to continue that trend over here at Watcher.
I think the philosophy of Watcher is us very earnestly exploring something without much irony. Granted, when we're doing...
No, there's so much irony. So let's go a little more towards the end when they're sitting on the couch and they're like, okay, so why are we leaving? And why should you pay your money to watch us? Why should you pay for the same content that's been free the whole time when we're already making shitloads of money? It's incredible. Unironically amazing. And ironically. It's both at once.
Members to resurrect a show from the past. There are a lot of shows that maybe didn't do phenomenally on YouTube.
Yeah.
That would be performing perfectly fine on a streamer.
What a weird, wonderful idea.
What a weird, wonderful idea.
So they're saying, well, these couple shows we did, they didn't do so well here, but somewhere else where it would be the same audience that's following you over, but it would be less. But you're saying so what he's saying is the shows that we want to make that get less views, it's not really worth it on YouTube, but it would be worth it to us if it was guaranteed pay. Then we can make the content we want and fuck you, even though the viewers spoke that they didn't like this show as much. We want to shoot that, but still get paid the same amount of money as if we were doing this show that you like.
That would be...
I'm excited about the prospect of bringing on some new talent, some new faces, and making content around.
So you literally just said part of it was that you have 11. Actually, I think it's 13. I think I'm saying 11. I think it was 13 employees that you can't keep paying for all of them. But then another reason why you want to go to this is to bring on more new people. you're absurd. We need your money. We need your money to pay so we can have an even bigger group of friends in the office.
Around them, and being able to shape some shows that don't always involve us is something I'm really excited about. And
Oh, really? So see what he's saying there? Hopefully we could bring in new talent so we don't actually have to get on camera and do any of the work. We want you to follow us to a streaming service because you like the shows we've been giving you the whole time. Now we're going to charge you for them, and we're actually going to step back, not be in the content, and we're going to force new people on you that even though you've been watching us for 4 years, now we're going to jam someone else down your throat, and you're going to pay us to do it. That's fucking... Like, the lack of self-awareness is crazy.
And, we get to maybe bring back a little blue guy.
When it comes down to it, end of the day, why not? That should be our slogan. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
why not charge our fans more money? Why not? That should be your slogan.
Yeah, I imagine he'll pop in.
Yeah.
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
That's fair. But all this to say, you'll still occasionally see us on YouTube. We're going to post trailers for our shows there. We're going to have the season premieres of all of our series on there. But if you want to...
But don't worry, we'll post the trailers. We'll post the trailers of the shows you can't watch unless you pay us. We'll rub it in your face. Is that why they call it a teaser? Damn.
Watch the full seasons of all of our content. The streamer will be the exclusive home for all of that starting May 31st.
Steven, talk about money.
Yeah, what's this price?
You can become a member of Watcher for $5.99 a month or $59.99 a year.
We want to keep the price low enough where anybody and everybody is able to afford it, but it also has the support.
Yeah, anyone can afford $60 for your stupid fucking videos that they already get for free every week. Like, anyone can afford it.
The things that we do here. So that was the number that just made the most sense for the streamer.
And look, you can share it, with your friends.
That's true.
What are we gonna do?
Keep your eyes glued on all of our social channels. We'll be announcing some sweet opportunities to win merch, a free annual subscription, and a bunch of other wacky stuff from us. For those of you that sign up before May 31st, because we are going to have a little bit of a beta period, which will be launching today.
Your entire life is a beta period. Oh,
actually,
right now, you can sign up right now.
As of today, the release of this video, April 19th.
Think of this beta period as a soft launch, an opportunity for early adopters.
So you get it. They tried to fucking... I explained it enough. So basically, their fans were not happy. They were not happy with this. Oops, not watch later. What's the other one? So they were forced to apologize.
Hey everyone!
Last
Last Friday we announced
their
that we're
fans
leaving YouTube
ripped
and launching.
into them and said, "Are you guys on drugs? If you can't afford it, then fire some of your 13 employees that you don't need. You guys make millions of dollars. Now you want us to pay $60 a year to watch the same shit we've already been watching? You've lost your minds." So this is them back on the same couch like a day later. They scrambled, and they said, "What do we do? What do we do?" Now watch it. This is amazing. Amazing.
Hey everyone! Last Friday we announced that we're leaving YouTube and launching our new streaming platform.
We messed up. A lot of you spoke out with extremely valid comments and concerns, and we want to take the time now to address those.
We've been reading the things you've been saying, and we're sorry for the way we handled this, as well as the way we communicated it. We understand where you're coming from, and we're making immediate changes.
First, we want to affirm that...
Look at the tears in their eyes. Wow, it's funny because your last video was supposed to be a whole sad thing that you were leaving, and you guys tried to fake the sadness about how it's nostalgia and we're leaving, and but now you see the actual sadness in their faces when you realize our fans are turning on us and our plan to scourge more money from them didn't work. Look at the eyes. Look at the we messed up. We've tailored your concerns and your... No, what basically what he's saying is, we read your absolute fucking devastation ripping into us, calling us fucking scheming, scamming hose bags that have no soul and don't give a fuck about their audience.
We understand where you're coming from, and we're making immediate changes.
First, we want to affirm that you are the reason why we've been able to do anything at this company. You helped us
Yep.
every step of the way when we left BuzzFeed to start Watcher at the top of the pandemic in 2020.
You've supported us in so many ways by watching our content, attending our live shows, buying our merch, becoming members of our Patreon, and giving words of encouragement over the years.
And we betrayed you by asking you for more.
And we are incredibly grateful for your support.
We're sorry for how we originally delivered our goodbye message to YouTube. It was insensitive. We didn't properly express how much we appreciate all of you.
No, that's not why they're mad. You see what they're doing? We're mad. We're sorry about how we delivered our goodbye message. That's not why people were mad, bro. These fucking weasels, bro. Look at the weaselly. You could see the wheeze. He's wheezing, oozing scum out of his face right now. Every pore has wheeze coming out of it.
It was insensitive. We didn't properly express how much we appreciate all of you. And we did a really bad job of explaining the reasoning behind this transition.
We also want to deeply apologize for our ignorance around the impact of the cost. We regret stating and implying that it's a price that anybody can afford, and we fully acknowledge that it is not. We didn't take the proper consideration for how this cost would affect you, and hope you know that we are taking this as a serious learning experience.
We're sorry that we've been rich for so long, we forgot what it was like to be middle class. Sorry that we all have silver spoons now, and we think fucking $60 is nothing.
With that in mind, we're making some changes to ensure that there's a way for our community to continue watching our content for free.
If you want to watch our shows early and ad-free, you can catch them on the Watcher platform a month earlier. After that, you'll be able to watch our shows on YouTube for free. For those that have already subscribed to the platform, we are so grateful for your support. But if this change has you rethinking your membership, we will issue a full refund.
Oh my god, right? He's holding back the tears. Holding back the tears. I love it. I fucking love it. Ah, is there anything sweeter than the tears of a grifter once caught in the act? Caught in the act of a scam.
But if this change...
You see that twinkle? Look right here. You see a twinkle. Watch this.
For those that have already subscribed to the platform, we are so grateful for your support.
You see it?
But if this change has you rethinking your membership, we will issue a full refund.
He was
And
crying.
all past episodes and series will remain available on YouTube.
As for the question of why we decided to launch our own platform, when we started Watcher in 2020, we wanted to create shows that we were proud of, that we had ownership over, and that would provide you the caliber of content that we felt you deserved. However, we were finding it harder and harder to stay relevant to advertisers and the constantly changing YouTube landscape. We faced some incredibly challenging decisions. We didn't want to compromise our content to ensure they met advertising requirements.
Bro, this is one of the cleanest channels on YouTube. What the fuck are you talking about? It's not like they do edgy humor. They're not like fucking conservatives. They're not, they're not like edgy cartoons. They're not making race jokes. Like, what are you literally, they're like one of the most cleanest. You could like let your kids watch their shit. So what are you talking about? What fucking requirements in advertising would you like? Oh, we don't want to have to change our content. There's so many different sponsors that would love. You guys get fucking 2 million views a fucking video. Every sponsor would jump in, and you're like family friendly. That's the biggest load of shit I've ever heard.
Challenging decisions. We didn't want to compromise our content to ensure they met advertising requirements. And we definitely did not want to lay people off that have brought Watcher to life behind the scenes. And we didn't want to bring Watcher to a close.
Well, too bad you didn't want to. We didn't want to have to lay people that lay them off, that we unnecessarily hired 13 of our friends and gave them $200,000 fucking annual salaries and bonuses and all this dumb shit. We didn't want to have to do that. So we wanted you to have to give us more money. Boo-hoo, bro. Boo-hoo. Fire them.
Which would have happened if we stayed solely on YouTube.
That's why we decided to launch the platform, so that we as a company could continue, we could pay our staff fairly, and not only continue to make great content for you, but expand with new shows, new voices, all ad-free. And now with the addition of accessible options, this is a decision.
See how they keep framing it? Expand with new people and expand with... No, you mean you would do less work. You could not have to do the work, but still collect the same paycheck.
That we all believe is the best for Watcher.
However, we realized that in figuring out the logistics of what this
Don't
might
you
take-
love it? I love the scramble. Like, I wonder how many takes they did. I wonder, and you could tell, like I said, you could see the twinkle in the dude's eye. They were definitely all just crying. They were all yelling at each other. Like, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that room to hear them screaming at each other. This was your idea. No, you, what the fuck? We could have just done this. I told you from the jump that, blah, blah, you know what I mean? Like, I would have loved to have heard them arguing. And I just love the nuances of the forced apology. The, oh no, our fans are finally seeing us for who we really are. And then the scramble. The scramble is just, it's like theater. It's fucking next level. It's a masterpiece. It's like, you know, what do you call it? Draconian. It's theater. It's Shakespearean.
We overlooked the way it would impact all of you. We hope you'll be patient with us through these mistakes, and we remain incredibly sorry that they were made in the first place.
We also want to directly address our Patreon community, who have played such a key role in supporting
I
us.
love how they label it a mistake. Oh, I'm sorry. We made the mistake of trying to reach into your pocket and take money from you. We're sorry for that mistake.
From the very beginning. All current Patreon members will receive a free subscription code to the platform. If you already purchased,
And you know the scramble is real when you have to go, but the next month's free. And if you do this, if you've ever bought merch from us once in your life, you'll get a fucking lifetime subscription to Water Country. And if you hit like on this video, we'll personally send you a blow up doll and an air mattress. And we'll pick 7 lucky winners that get to go camping with us this November. Like, they're like doing any and everything they can, trying to come up with like 10 different giveaways and winners and free this and free that. It's fucking I love it. I love the scramble. Oh shit. What do we do? We fucked up. How do we make it up to them? Maybe we could, and they know their fans are probably younger, so like the top 10 people will get fucking Hannah Montana ticket or whatever the fuck, Miley Cyrus tour tickets to your state. All you got to do is fill out this form.
subscription, please contact us and we will issue you a full refund.
We look forward to continuing to make shows and introduce.
You sound like it. Tell your face that, bro. He's like, we look greatly forward to continuing the same things we were doing before that we were sick of and ready to retire. Watch his face. Listen to the tone he says this in, bro.
Please contact us and we will issue you a full refund.
Ready?
We look forward to continuing to make shows and introducing all the incredible things that we've got planned for the platform alongside YouTube. And in the meantime, we are forever grateful to all of the people who make up our community. And we hope that you consider joining us in this next chapter of our journey, whether that's on YouTube or on the platform.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone.
And they went down in subs. Everyone hated them so much after this. It ruined their image in a lot of people's eyes. Their credibility went out the window. It was something to behold, man. It's funny that it's called Watcher because everyone was watching. And oh my God, the downfall is always just, it's beautiful. 2-week nap, like, for real, bro. Just hop on. Hey guys, I'm going to sleep. Okay, there was another one. It kind of sucks because this dude like deleted his actual like apology video. He made a couple. This is what I was talking about making multiple apology videos and then erasing them. And then like, one will be you attacking people and then you like doubling down and then you go back and you try to apologize for that, but then you don't think that one sounded sincere enough. So then you like, let's watch a little bit of this because Jimz, we all need a little motivation in our lives, and why not get motivation from someone who was outed as a total racist and complete chone bag. And much like the first guy we watched,
The CIA has particular skills.
they try to they try to wait. They try to wait. Here's what some people do, like the last ones. they knew, they scrambled, you know, the scramble's real. They scrambled, they made sure they uploaded that apology within like a day so that they could try to neutralize some of the bleeding. They were like hemorrhaging subscribers. Some people do that. Like this clown right here, he tried to do the apology like soon after, didn't work, erased it. So then what people do when they know that the apology didn't work is they go the Cody route and they just go radio silent for 5 months. That's what Jimz did. He went radio silent for 5 months, and then he just tried to come back like nobody noticed. And I think he might have like deleted that video. Then he did this one, which is still up from like 5 months ago, maybe, or this one was 9 months ago, but he has another one. So he actually did this twice. He waited it out, dropped the video, waited another 4 months, and then dropped another little video to see how it would do if people welcome him back or not. So let's just watch a little bit of it to see what he's got to say.
It's your boy Jimz with the Stop Being Dirty. Stop, man. I tried to do this intro like 5 fucking times right now. This has to be like time 6. This is like the 6th time. I did all my...
Wow, he just admitted that this is the 6th time he's recording the intro. It's like, you know, someone said it on a stream the other day. They're like, yo, fucking Pablo Damas, like Nostradamus type shit. And it's like, I just know grifters, you know? I know because I've dealt with enough of them. Like, look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's saying, this is the 6th time I've tried recording. And that's just this video. In the last 6 months, this is the first one he uploaded in 6 months. And he just said he tried 6 times to shoot it. So how many times throughout that radio silence do you think he grabbed his camera, sat there, wrote out a script, tried to record it, re-record it, did like 4 takes, and was like, or even filmed the whole video and just rewatched it and was like, nah, this ain't good. And like literally it took him 6 months and 6 attempts at recording this to finally put out a video.
5 fucking times right now. This has to be like time 6. This is like the 6th time. I did all my... I came out wild rusty. I did it again. Started coughing because I'm a little under the weather. I got my phone like on, like leaning on like a candle. The candle fell. My phone... At the end of the day, it's just been a minute. So we're just going to...
See, and that's another attempt they do. Like the Doolittle dude, what he did was try to go, well, everything I was dealing with at the time, and but also he said, when I watched it, I know it was clown behavior, like calling himself out. What other people try to do, what Cody did in the beginning was start, they just turn the camera on and they start talking about anything but what you want them to address. They turn it on, they go, well, I filmed this 6 times, my phone's resting on this. If you look in the background, there's like a dude eating a hamburger at this restaurant. And but like they're just mentioning anything and everything they can say to fill space and not mention what, because it's like the uncomfortable, and they know they're about to lie to you, so they're trying to like get themselves ready and comfortable by rapidly saying things that are true about their environment.
Do it dirty, raw, authentic, and how this channel's always been, man. I always thought the Stop Being Dirty concept was good when I was too lazy to want to do real editing or like a better camera. I'm like, oh, it's the Stop Being Dirty channel, so I don't have to do that. Just pure laziness. But I don't know, man. I guess I just had a message on my heart today, so I just wanted to talk to the people. You know what I'm saying? Or whoever wants to take the time to listen. I hope everybody's doing well out there, you know, starting this year off well. And, you know, I'm not really a resolution person, but if you are, hopefully you're sticking to it and things of that nature.
And if you don't know, this dude pretty much got canceled from battle rap because his old like tweets resurfaced about him talking wild. He was like calling black women animals or something. I forget the exact wording, but so it's just funny that he's like, I want to speak about what's on my heart today. Because after that happened, he turned the camera on. He was like all pissed off. And he was like, listen, motherfuckers, when your life's going good and everything's positive, you try to be positive in life. Motherfuckers want to bring, you know, negativity and bring you down. Shit you did 10 years ago. And instead of just being like, you know, look, bro, like that's fucked up what I said. The old me, I was ignorant. Like I was trying to make jokes, you know, like maybe they're not funny. I've grown since then. Like, didn't fly, so he deleted that. I wish we could watch that one. I do, but
For me personally, I just been trying to stay focused, really. Trying to stay focused on just being a better me every day, whether it's health, physical health, mental health, being a father, you know what I'm saying? Being a worker, or trying to save money for goals and dreams that I have, and the pressures of everyday life that, like, a lot of times, we don't get to talk about a lot. And I do say we in the sense of men, and I don't want to get on now all masculine bullshit. At the end of the day, just as a man, you just keep shit together because that's how you feel you have to be. And that's why you have to really cherish your male friends in your life, because I do feel like it's the best way for a man to open up to another man as far as their homeboy goes. And because they understand, because we try to keep this, even though women are a beautiful thing and they hold us down, our girls, our ladies, our wives, they hold us down. And in the sense of like, they would hate to hear us feel like we have no one to speak to, because that they feel like they will always be the ear that we can speak to. But they will never understand that we just try our best to keep shit together, especially for them. So what I'm saying is, if you have anyone in your life that you could talk to, always reach out. You know what I'm saying? Because you let things build up, and
He's like, I think being able to open up to a man is the best thing. Like, whoa, pause, bro.
A lot of, things get crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a sidebar. I might be all over the place in this blog. Forgive me. I mean, it has been a while, so maybe I wouldn't mind hearing me talk some shit here and there, but I just wanted at the end of the day, everything with me that's going on, and my big step back from battle rap, or is it the retirement or canceled or whatever it is, and what I'm gonna do or not do, and why.
See, my step back, my retirement, my can't, like, they always try to be vague about why they did. Bro, you were dropping videos every fucking day, every single day, sometimes multiple videos a day, and then you literally just disappeared for 6 months. You didn't just decide to retire.
And blog, the things like that, at the end of the day, man, when I say protect your peace, I truly mean that. And anything in this,
protect your peace from the accountability of shit you've done in the past. You got to protect your peace for when your comeuppance finally comes for the stupid shit you did.
World that disrupts your peace is something that you need to not be around anymore. And at the end of the day, it's crazy, right? Because the peace in which I speak about that is just,
hit that like button for me, son. We've had all kinds of people in and out of here. No one hitting that like button. Come on, man.
Disrupted, whether it's comments or people who's being verbally, you blogging or whatever the case may be. There's one fact that remains, no matter how I feel about anything. And some things are real left field, and some things people go a little too much here. And every action has a reaction, right? So I could tell you how great my birthday just passed on the 26th. I could tell you how great this birthday was, because I compare it to last year when I'm brawling on my birthday at my uncle's club. My man's catch a cutting charge, and I messed up my shoulder, and a couple weeks before that, I wrapped up my new whip, and I was drinking more than I ever have in my life, and I was just on a road of unhealthiness and all these things. I say that, watch how it correlates, to what happened with me in battle rap is I asked myself, am I wrong? Why did my boys start that fight that got us in that brawl? No, the question is, why was I there? Why am I around people that don't serve me no?
Why did I hang around people that made me feel comfortable to make racist comments on Twitter? Like, bro, oh my God, talking about some dumb fight you got in a club, like, bro.
Positivity, or put me in situations like that. Why did I put myself there with my car? Why was I in a condition in which I shouldn't have been, trying to get behind a wheel, drinking? Why am I not facing the problems that I'm going through in my life the way I should be doing? Instead, I turn to a bottle. Do you understand? All those things I played a role in. So because of all that, my health gets messed up because of drinking. My fault. My car gets messed up because of driving. My fault. We get into a brawl. My fault. Because I played a part in all that. No matter the outcome, or maybe here and there, someone played a role in it, but I played my part. And that's the same thing what's going on with me in battle rap, or what happened with me. Yeah, I could say at the end of the day, this is taken out of context. Oh, you don't even see the conversation. It just looks, look how crazy this looks. I agree. This is 10 years ago. That's not who I am. but it was said. In one way or another, it was said.
Yeah.
So who am I to have an action in which causes a reaction that I don't agree with? Come on. It's not right.
But it took you 6 months and three different videos, 6 months, and 6 times recording this video to finally get that? Or did you just get the script right? Did you just look in the mirror enough till you convince yourself this is what people that are empathetic and do actually learn from mistakes would sound like?
Right. But when you turn to something for happiness, which battle rap was for me, is for me, the outlet.
Sorry, dog. If you're turning to battle rap for happiness, then you're already looking in the wrong place, bruh.
Of that, you know, we're a small community when it comes to like people are even into battle rap. Till this day, you still got to explain to a bitch like, you ever seen 8 Mile? When you mention battle rap, you know what I'm saying? Like, or people be like murda mook. You know, you run into those people like they bring up murda mook. They only remember the snack era. They don't even know anything about anything. You know what I'm saying? And you know, for me, like,
you see what I'm saying right there, how he was getting real, you know, quote unquote real. He was getting real. He was lost in the lie for a minute, but he feels way more comfortable. So here's the thing about human behavior. Humans, it's uncomfortable to lie, no matter who you are. Some people are better at it than others, but it's uncomfortable to lie. So when people do lie, they try to rush through the details that they lie about, and they harp on the things that are true to them. So see how comfortably and easily he can flow when he's talking about battle rap. You're talking about battle rap. Oh, you're talking about bitch. You got to explain. Oh, 8 Mile. You don't even know what 8 Mile is to the fucking Smack DVD era. That all comes out smooth. But then when he's talking about mistakes and I've learned, and none of it's smooth. It's all forced and written out and rehearsed and all that shit.
Like battle rap has always brought me happiness. You know what I'm saying? I literally went from battling in the clubs. My uncle, he was working in Sewell's on Queens Boulevard when I was younger. We was getting in the club at 18, 19 years old when DJ Camelo was just first getting popping. So not only we around the craziest.
So now he's giving you a history lesson. Yo, we're back in the day, my fucking uncle in this fucking shit. So, you know, that one's this isn't the official apology one. I wish it was, but it's just funny because you got cancer. He tried to like sneak back in. 4 months later, he dropped another video. It's like 2 minutes just to test the waters type shit. But we're gonna change gears a little bit. We're gonna watch that kid I brought up. I looked up his name. I forgot. So yeah, this kid. This fucking clown right here. You can tell by his face. Look at the face of a sociopath. This kid, he used to do like what's it called? Like covers, right? He used to do like covers on YouTube. And like he got like a big fan base of like, you know, young preteens and stuff. And he started messaging his fan base, and he would like flirt with them, and then they'd even tell him like, oh, you know, I'm only 13, you know, I'm only 12. And he was like 17. He turned like 18, 19. Then he was like 19, 20, still talking to 13-year-old girls and asking them for twerk videos and shit. So that came out, and this was his apology video. But keep in mind, after this video came out, he was sentenced to prison for child porn. So he didn't stop. He kept doing it, and he got worse. Got even worse. So let's watch some of this. This is atrocious. And look into the eyes of a I mean, look at the hair, bro. Just look. You gotta be a sociopath to have that hairstyle.
Guys, I know a lot of you probably have some really harsh and negative opinions towards.
See, they always do this. The Cody co-responds, your opinion of me has probably changed. Narcissism 101. Hi guys. Let's hear the unnatural hello everyone. Like the false sincerity, right? Like people are like, we have like a human lie detector in us that we can feel when something is off, right? It's not like authentic. Trying to mimic the sound of, you can't mimic sincerity that well, you know? Like listen to the way this kid, hi everyone, your opinion of me has probably changed over the course of things have come to light since certain, like, they always try to be vague and not go, wow, ever since I've been exposed for being a monster, they try to, like, things have since the unfolding of events. Listen to this.
Hi guys. I know a lot of you probably have some really harsh and negative opinions towards me right now, and I understand why you do. But I'm asking you to please put those opinions aside for a few minutes and listen to everything I have to say. And if by the end of the video you still have the same opinion, then so be it. But at least you will have—
If I'm not able to convince you that child porn is okay, if not able to convince you about why they should change the age of consent by the end of this video, then so be it. Like, what the fuck?
Have your opinion based off of the full story and the truth. I've recently come under some fire
Well, the jury got the full story and your ass got locked up.
on social media for mistakes I've made in the past.
Again, keywords here. What are we learning? Mistake. As long as you just call everything a mistake. So apparently you can hold a 89-year-old grandma hostage and beat her to death with a fucking leg of a chair. But as long as you call it a mistake and say your opinion of me might have changed since certain things have been said about me, the mistakes I've made, beating a senior citizen to death. Like, what?
I used to ask fans for twerking videos. Yes, twerking, the dance move. It's not something that I'm proud of. It's not something that I think is right. And I shouldn't have done it. This really blew up online when a YouTuber and someone that's very popular on social media somehow—
But see how he tries to, like, soften it by saying, asking fans for twerk videos. Like, it's just like, oh, it's a playful thing. I just asked my fans. I would twerk for them and they twerk for me. No, it was underage fans, and that's not all you asked them for. Asshole.
found this out and decided to blast it out there. I'm not going to say any names because I've come under attack on social media from my name being spread around, and I don't want to put that on anyone else.
Wow, how valiant of you to not dox the person that exposed you.
So throughout this story, I'm not going to say any names. It really blew up online.
It really blew up my mind. Not blew my mind. See, that's a Freudian. That's a Freudian slip there. Because what he's meant to say, bro, it really blew up in my face, the dumb shit I was doing. But he said, it really blew up my mind. No one's ever said that because that's not the phrase. It's blew my mind. It blew up my mind because you say this shit blew up in my face what I was doing wrong.
And sent me down a path that is pretty scary. And I'll go into more detail about this. But first, what I want to do is set the record straight.
Let me guess, you were dealing with some health issues. I'm so sorry I was inappropriately asking underage fans for videos. It's just I was on the phone with insurance companies all day, and
since this started online, there are a lot of rumors and a lot of lies. They're just not true. Nothing ever went further than twerking videos.
Oh, blew up online. I mean, either way, my shit was funny. I don't care.
There were never any nudes, never any physical contact. It never happened. So I just have to get that out there because nothing ever went further. Now, I was on tour at the time that this came out. This was
the subtle flex, subtle reminder. I was on tour because I'm a successful touring musician. And what he's doing by saying that is he's trying to put in your head and remind you, like, I could get any groupies I want. I'm a successful touring musician. Why would I have to do that? That's what he was doing by saying that, by the way.
It was in May. This was early May. I was on the road when this got blasted out there. We were in Boston. It was in the middle of the night. And when this happened, I made the decision to come home from tour. I knew that.
Is that another slip? Him saying blasted out? He was thinking about him him wanking one off to these underage. He got blasted out there. Pause.
I couldn't be on the road under this stress, under this pressure, under all of this drama and controversy online. It wasn't something that I could emotionally handle. A lot of people ask, why did the initial statement take so long to get up?
Because my PR team, we had to sit down and think, what was the best defense for child porn? And that takes a little while.
I put up a text statement and apology addressing the situation, but it took me about a week to do so. People thought that I was being a coward. People thought that I didn't want to confront the situation. They thought that I was just blowing it off.
See, same thing the other person was doing about. Maybe it was coming across like people thought that I was being a coward. Like, the wizardry, the fucking, the way they play word games. Like, it's always to try to diminish or soften the blow of actually calling themselves out for the shit.
That's not true. As I said, I was on the road. I was on tour. We were all the way in Boston. So we had to make the drive all the way back from Boston to Chicago. On that drive, the only thing I did was look at my phone and look at all the hate and death threats. I got lost in it. I would read every little comment, every little person.
So that's why you couldn't respond to an allegation while you were on a drive from Boston to Chicago. And you just admittedly said you were staring at your phone the whole time. So of course I couldn't respond. I was too busy doom scrolling and death spiraling.
Person telling me to kill myself, every person telling me that life wasn't worth living for me anymore. And I'm a pretty insecure person to where negative comments like that
really? That haircut didn't say it.
Really impact me. It's not something I can just brush off. And that entire ride home, I read those comments and I began researching different suicide methods.
Bro, I love that one because it's not like I tried it. I was gonna do. I love I Googled the best way to kill yourself. Are you fucking kidding me? And also, what's up with this? I'm sorry, side tangent, but did you paint your walls the same color as your fucking eyes on purpose? I hate this kid, if you can't tell.
I started planning my suicide.
Planning? Who plans their suicide? That's how you know it's a narcissism. It's all about attention. I started planning my attention-seeking behavior. Like, no one plans, no one Googles best way to kill yourself, how to make the most impact, how to leave behind the most sadness, how to eternally devastate your mother when she finds your body. What's the worst way to find someone who killed themselves? Bro, I bet he Googled, what's the best way to gain sympathy by pretending to suicide while once being caught in a scandal of texting underage fans for twerking vids. That's what he Googled.
It's something I was very, very serious about, and I was determined to do. I finally got home. When we got back,
you weren't that determined. You're still alive.
I didn't even step foot in my house. My family took me immediately to the hospital, and I was hospitalized for my suicidal tendencies. They were very worried.
Tendencies? Or Google?
And I understand why they were. I had never been hospitalized before for my depression or my past self-harm or my suicidal thoughts. So this was the first time, and maybe I'll open up about it.
That's hospitalized. So we're almost 5 minutes in, and he has yet to actually address anything that he did wrong. He's just giving you an entire character arc backstory. He's giving you the origin story of fucking Austin Jones and every hardship he's ever overcame.
Separate video, but this was a very, very interesting and emotional experience for me. So no, I wasn't cowering I wasn't avoiding the situation. I was in a hospital. I had no internet connection. I had no connection to social media, so I couldn't put out a statement.
Bro, of course I was suicidal. I didn't even have internet connection, bruh.
I wanted to apologize. I wanted to confront it immediately, but I couldn't.
I was in a shithole with no Wi-Fi. How was I supposed to respond?
As soon as I got out of the hospital, the next day, that's when I put it up. So that's why the initial statement took so long to get out. Now, what I want to do is tell you guys a little bit about my life. I'm not doing this looking for sympathy. I'm not doing this to guilt anybody. I'm not doing this to play the victim card.
If you weren't doing that, you literally wouldn't gaslight us by saying you're not doing it before you do it.
These aren't excuses for my actions because I don't.
Then what are they? What are they? It's an example of my life up to this point, and why is that relevant?
I don't believe there are excuses for my actions. What I did was wrong. It's plain and simple, and there's no excuse for it. But the biggest question I get asked is why? Why did this happen? Why did I ask for those things? So in order to figure out why, you have to look at the reasons, and the reasons lie in my past, and in what I've experienced.
The reasons why lie in my past. Are you gonna tell us about, like, someone did it to you when you were a kid? Like, what other thing could ever, and not that that would even excuse it, but yeah, I love it. I'm not, this is not to excuse my actions, but as I tell you why I did these things. There's no reason, bro. There's no reason that's acceptable, and you know that.
Experience through life and how I even got to that point. So this is just a little bit about my life. I'm not going to dive too deep into it to keep this video short. I experienced death and loss at a very young age. I had an older sister. She passed away when she was 10 years old. I was 6 years old at the time.
What a piece of shit. Uses his sister's death. You got to understand, my sister died when she was 10. So that's why I ask 10-year-old girls for twerking videos. It reminds me of my dead sister that never got to twerk. She never got to be the age of 13. So that's why. Like, what are you talking about? What a demonstrous. Oh my God. Like,
you know, losing a sibling for anybody is tragic. And going through it at such a young age was very difficult for me. And although I barely knew her, I miss her a lot to this day. I really do.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that gets me through is watching Cuties on Netflix.
I went through a series of funerals when I was very young.
You see that? You see that look off camera? He just looked down at his notes. That was the script he wrote out for this. See that? This is in virtual battle rap what we call caught reading. Caught reading.
I went through a series of funerals when I was very young. Most were distant relatives that I either didn't even know at all or I had only seen on a few occasions, but I was so young that I really didn't know who they were. But I was going to so many funerals that as a kid, I began to associate dress shoes with funerals. It's the only time.
I thought he was going to make some weird thing. I began associating my dick getting hard to little girls. What the fuck?
I dressed up.
Talking about dress shoes and funerals and like.
So that's how much death I was experiencing at such a young age, is that I thought that dress shoes were only worn when people died.
Wow.
My father is another topic I want to dive into. I barely saw my father. My parents divorced at a very, very young age.
Oh no, divorce, and I barely saw my father. When he says barely saw him, he means 4 times a week. Yes, sissy.
And the last time I saw him was when I was 8 years old. My father was an alcoholic, and a drug addict. And he couldn't get
So is everyone's.
control of his life because of it. And I have a deeper connection with my father. I have two brothers, both of which don't look as much like my dad as I do. I act the most like my dad. So
is he a pedo too? I just love that he's like, my father was a drug addict. That's why I'm a PDF file. Because my parents got divorced when I was 10.
there are some
Looking at the script again. Looking at the script again.
deeper emotional struggles that I have with my father and with the relationship with my father. But the last time I saw him was when I was 8, and he passed away when I was 16. So I didn't see him any other time past when I was 8 years old.
You see the false sincerity though? Like, if you're really genuinely like telling these things and you're like giving this gripping backstory, you're not looking off camera to the script you have about, oh yes, my dead sister. Oh yeah, my parents divorced. Like, and you know, he's saying it in this tone, but it's like, does he look sad at all? Is any of this emotional to him, reliving this? No. He just wants you to think it was so hard and emotional.
And his addictions got the best of him. When I was 16, a few months before he passed away, my family and we went through a house fire. We were away visiting relatives.
That he started, and he's gonna leave that. I'm saying, I don't know. Allegedly, I just made that up, but probably. Look at this kid.
And somebody broke into our house, stole some things, and burned the entire house down. Now I know it's
who would do that? Who would do that? Who was gonna break in, steal some shit, and set your house on fire? Clearly, that was him.
sounds not as bad as it feels, because we lost things. We didn't lose people at that time, but you know, my life was completely uprooted. I lost everything. I lost my entire house.
I lost my entire hard drives of all my favorite videos.
It was a huge change of pace. Anything that we had to remember family by, any photos of my sister or my father were gone. You know, it was tough. Within that same few month time span, about a month after my father passed away, my grandfather.
You know it was him because just like he was saying, I started researching best ways to kill yourself, and you know, clearly for attention. So he fucking set his own house on fire for the attention. And his dumb ass like didn't think it was gonna spread that quick or something. Allegedly. I mean, sue me from behind bars, Austin Jones. I don't give a fuck. Come for me. I dare you.
Passed away, and I was very close to my grandfather. He was the last of my living grandparents that I was close to biologically, and yeah, it was a really, really tough 6 months. That's when, after that happened, that's when I began self-harming. I used to cut my wrists. And
oh, bro, we know what self-harm is. I love that. He goes, I began self-harming, and then pauses and goes, I used to cut my wrists. Like, had to throw that in there. First of all, don't believe you. Show them. Show the marks. Don't believe you. I love how this chapter is called Loss. Loss. This is fucking, oh my God.
That's when I began self-harming. I used to cut my wrists. And I'm over 3
That is the worst acted scene of all time.
years clean of that now. Something that I'm very proud of. But all of these life events, all of these deaths, this loss left me with a really deep, deep depression. And
that is only filled by underage girl twerking videos. Don't you get it now? Did I change your opinion? No.
I was an insecure, depressed guy, and I began searching for attention in the wrong ways.
See, that's a slip too. Instead of saying insecure, depressed kid. He said guy because that's what he was. You're a fucking full-grown man.
Asking fans for those things.
And look, you see how he's like doing with his arms? He's trying to make himself smaller by like scrunching up. That's like he watched psychology videos before he did this, and he's like, eye contact and making yourself appear smaller as though you're, you know what I mean? Like he's trying to like seem more like innocent and harmless.
It was because I was desperate for attention. I was desperate for reassurance. I wanted to feel good about myself. At the time, I thought it was just fun and goofy. You know, I was young. I was stupid. I wasn't thinking clearly. Over time, I've began to see, you know, it was wrong. And
Wow. See how quick he spends 10 minutes telling this backstory, and like how quick he wants to skim over by calling it fun and silly. It's fun and silly to be a PDF file and ask underage girls for nudes. That's just fun and silly.
over time, I was stupid. I wasn't thinking clearly. Over time, I've began to see, you know, it was wrong and I shouldn't have done it. So that's why it happened. Like I said, doesn't excuse my actions.
And you know, he sat in the mirror and did his hair before he filmed this. That's how you know how little of a fuck he actually gave and how sorry he actually was. He went and did his fucking hair first.
Doesn't justify it. That's not why I told you all of that. I told you it so that you would understand why I was that desperate, why I was even asking for those things. It was that depression piling up into me searching for attention.
Bro, no, I wouldn't give a fuck if you were asking your female fans, you know, if you were flirting with them and shit, if they were of age. No one would give a fuck talking about how desperate you are. Meanwhile, you're on tour as a musician. Like, you're so desperate. I'm sure some girls there would have threw themselves at you that were of age, you fucking sicko.
Sorry, it's a lot to talk about, and I really want to stay on subject. So something else that I want to talk about.
I want to stay on subject, so let me do the prayer hands while I glance down at my notes again.
Is people saying that you're only sorry that you got caught. You know, you apologize because you got caught. You don't actually feel sorry. That's so far from the truth. This has been something that's eaten me alive for quite some time. The guilt has been piling.
Wow. You're so guilty that you had to look down at the paper to read the line. What do I feel again? Guilt. I feel, hold on, let me look. Oh, there's something blocking that line. Remorse. I'm so remorseful. Remorseful I am. So, bro, what? You see that?
For quite some time. The guilt has been piling up.
Oh my God.
For months. I mean, it's constant guilt. It sits and festers in my stomach, and it wouldn't go away. And this is before it became public a month ago. This is something that I've regretted for a long time. And
this is like over a month ago. I regretted it before I got caught. Okay. Yeah, because the thought of getting caught, maybe you started to get worried about. Like,
there are a few actual examples that show that. Before I went on tour, on my last tour, a few months ago, I started going back to therapy for this specific reason, because I regretted it so much, and I couldn't move past it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't stop feeling like absolute shit for what I had done. So I went back to therapy before I left for tour.
oh wow, good for you. Oh, this chapter's labeled regret. I'm surprised it's not labeled therapy. Guys, of course I feel guilty, and you should forgive me because I went to therapy even before I was caught.
Also, a few months before this became public, I talked to a couple of my coworkers, if you want to call them that, one of which is very popular online. If you're part of this specific music scene.
Wow, see, again, subtle flex. Like, one of my friends, I was talking to one of my friends about this, who's fucking huge and does crazy numbers, just to remind you of the circle I'm in and how fucking wildly popular I am, that of course I could get any girl I wanted. Subtle flex.
You'd know exactly who he is if I told you who he was. So this is a pretty big, and I'd like to consider reputable man. I went to him with this. I told him my entire past. I told him that I felt so guilty for this and that I regret it and that I wanted to confess all of this in the video. Come clean about it. Just get it off my chest so I can stop living with the guilt and officially apologize to everybody. He told me not to. He told me that it would only hurt my career and what I did wasn't even that bad and that I should just not even think about it. I just shouldn't do it. I should have trusted my instincts, but I didn't. And therefore I didn't make the video. I didn't confess to it. And I really wish I would have, because people wouldn't think that I'm only remorseful because this became public. People would understand that.
Wow, what a piece of shit move he just tried to do. He tried to go, there's this huge YouTuber that you would know if I said the name, that I actually brought all this up to, and I told him everything. And I said, I want to confess. And he said, what I did actually wasn't that bad. And he convinced me not to do that. So, like, passing the blame off to someone else, like, wow, what a scumbag. Some anonymous person, right?
I really did regret my decisions. So yeah, I'm not only sorry I got caught. I've been sorry for a very, very long time.
I'm so sorry. I've been so regretful that I didn't only use Snapchat, because then they would go away. I'm so sorry that I left a trail of evidence.
So I'd like to now officially apologize. First and foremost, I want to apologize to any of the girls that I talked to and I asked to do that. I am very, very sorry. I shouldn't have asked you to do that. It was foolish of me, and it was wrong. I shouldn't have done it. I'd also like to apologize to any fans or people that aren't fans that feel that they've been hurt because they feel like they've been lied to by me. I'm really sorry about all of this, and I'm sorry if I've disappointed you. I really, truly am. So there is no way to right my wrongs. There's no way to fix this. There's not a simple solution to say, okay, I'm forgiven. But I hope that at least some of you will possibly forgive me. And if you don't forgive me, at least maybe give me a chance, because I am so much better than the terrible decisions I made when I was desperate for attention. I'm better than that.
I'm better than that.
I'm a different person.
I'm a different person than I was yesterday when I asked for this.
Changed from all of that. I don't know how to show you guys that, but I think with time, you'll see. You'll see that I'm better now, and I'm here.
You'll see that I'm better now, that I've had one therapy session with, and I'm surprised right there he didn't say, and you can too with BetterHelp, and throw an ad in there. That's the only thing that could have made this worse, is if right there when he's talking about therapy, he was like, and now, for the low price of it, now therapy's never been easier with BetterHelp, and he just goes into an ad read.
Here to truly make a difference. So I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward with my music. I'm going to be getting back on social media now. I'm going to start making my goofy, funny videos for you guys, because
I love that, though. He's saying he decided, I'm moving forward. I may have committed crimes, but I'm moving forward now. Spoiler alert, he didn't move forward. He got arrested and went to jail for years. I think it was like 9 years he got sentenced, and good, fuck him, because he had CP on his phone. It wasn't just twerk videos, so he's a complete sociopath, lying piece of shit. But oh my god, there's I don't want to go on too much, so I'm gonna have to do like a part 2 of this too, because there's so many bad ones. There's the girl that the other girl that was like inappropriately messaging her fans, and she did a her apology was like a ukulele song that she sang, talking about getting hate on YouTube. She's like, it's okay, just hate on me, say mean things. Like, what the fuck? She sang a song as her apology. It was so bad. But similar, this is more funny. I think we need some more levity after that. It was Jesus Christ. But do you remember, similar to the Watcher situation? I don't know if you remember these chuns. They were called the Fine Bros. They did a lot of like you know, if you ever seen those like kids react to videos, these two clowns right here, right? So they did a lot of like react videos. They were like, kids react to Nirvana, and they had a bunch of like kids in the room that like play it for like the first time they ever heard it, and they'd be like, moms react to wet ass pussy, or like whatever the fuck, you know. But these clowns, this is a few years ago, I think. See the things they have in the back. YouTubers react, kids react, teens react, elders react to, like, elders react to ain't nothing but a G thing. But these clowns came up with this scheme, just like Watcher, that they decided that they owned the term react. They thought they owned reaction videos on YouTube. And this video was to let you know too that you could make reaction videos as well if you licensed their stuff. So you had to pay them for you to use the term react on YouTube and do reaction videos. Clearly and obviously and legally we're in the wrong, and they're retarded, and they do not own the fucking the format of reacting to something. But they thought they did. And they thought they were being so generous to their audience that if you only pay them this monthly subscription, you too could also do reaction videos. Look at these lizards. Look at these lizard people. They don't even look real. Look how far his eyes are apart. Look at this fucking goofy. Just came from Planet X. Doesn't even know how to speak human well. Look, you can't even fucking... Look at how they're like, their arms are sitting. They don't even know how to stand like humans. Don't even know how to dress like humans. Like, this guy has a fucking paste on beard. Like, bro. Now you too can also own.
Everyone, we are very excited to bring you an announcement today. It's a really big announcement, Ben. Our company has grown so much over the years, and we are so grateful to have experienced this with all of you who've been with us for years, as well as new people who join the Fine family every day. And it's because of all your support that we're now announcing this big thing that will bring us closer than ever before by creating a new way for us to create content together. This is not only a huge step for our company, but for the entire global media industry. Ever since React first debuted over 5 years ago, we saw the impact of the series. The franchise has grown beyond our wildest imagination, and it's been humbling to see the impact it's had on the world. We strive with React to be making episodes that will not just be interesting and entertaining now, but live on forever as a time capsule even 100 years from now, that people can look back at what various generations were saying about culture and the issues of our time.
So you're wasting your time going on the internet, going to the comments, and typing some racial slur for a Cheerios commercial.
But what has been missing is how to expand React further to communities across the world, which we know for years is something all...
This guy's telling himself, blank, blank, you haven't blinked in a minute. Your internal machinery is malfunctioning, blank, blank.
All of you have wanted, and we wanted too. We've realized that the way to make that happen...
No one in the world, look at these fake ass comments with no likes, right?
World.
You should make React global.
Which we know for years is something all of you have wanted.
Look at this. Son Lee with no likes says, you guys should make React global.
And we wanted to. We've realized that...
Loving this. Hope some that you'll get to expand the React worldwide. Like, the fakest comments ever. Chifuchi with no likes.
The way to make that happen is by having the people who helped React...
Please expand worldwide. I'm 18 in Australia, specifically Adelaide, and I desperately want to react. Please do like a world react or something.
become a global phenomenon, be the ones to make the shows with us. And that's all of you. We are excited to announce React World, which is a first of its kind program that allows people and companies to license all our popular shows online so that anyone, even you watching right now, can create your own versions in a fully legal way and be part of a new and exciting global community.
Now, if you pay us, you can react to YouTube videos too, as long as you give us money.
Entertainment industry terms, when you create a version of a show based on someone else's format, this is called licensing, which many TV shows have done over time. For example, Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent. It's the same show format.
So, yeah, it's just like America's Got Talent and Britain's Got Talent. We invented reactions. So now you have to pay us if you want to react.
But licensed legally to be created in other locations. So with React World, we've created a new way to license formats in the digital age.
And unlike in TV, where you have to pay huge amounts up front, we're providing the license with no upfront fees. Instead, we're sharing revenue with you after you start uploading. Along with the license, we're going to be giving you a bunch of...
Oh, we're sharing with you. Oh, they're sharing the revenue with you. Not the other way around. Not they're taking a cut needlessly.
resources to help you create the shows, make money, and get featured and promoted by us in various ways. Find out more in the links below.
Part of why we believe this initiative is important is due to witnessing many creators, ourselves included, having their shows and formats blatantly stolen by companies and people, both online and on television. And we implore everyone not to support those companies and channels. When you notice someone ripping someone's format off, don't stand for it.
We have been creating shows.
We notice everyone's stealing our shit. So now you should all pay us. And of course, this fell flatter than Chung-Li. So their apology. Let's get to that. Oh, is this good? They're always on the couch, just like the watchers, right? It's like, how fortuitous. All you had to do was watch these clowns' failure, and the watchers would have learned not to do that. Or they probably watched the apology video right here, because they're like, we got to get the couch. We got to sit down on the couch for the apology video. Started off with, hey, everyone.
Everybody, this video is us wanting to explain some things about React World.
So, hey, everyone. Look, we want to really delve deep and explain what we were trying to do by scam you out of money and grift you. Let's peel behind the curtain and explain why we felt entitled to grift you.
The confusion and negative response over what this all is has been so overwhelming. And what we've realized is that we completely...
Oh, no, you got a moment of truth there when the eye roll. It's been so, and he meant to say like ridiculous, but he was like overwhelming.
Over what this all is has been so overwhelming. And what we've realized is that we completely screwed up with how we originally talked about this.
First and foremost, we're sorry for confusing people by using...
First and foremost, we're sorry because that's what the title card says I'm supposed to say. First, and I just want to say how sorry I am. Like, it's all robotic and fucking... It's like they don't give
terminology like our React format. We were never trying to say that every video or someone reacts to something else is something we would try to control. When we reference licensing the React format, we only meant our specific series, not the overall.
Wow, even though he's reading off paper, he's still like, oh my god, you fucking idiots thought we meant this. Clearly we meant that.
When we reference licensing the React format, we only meant our specific series, not the overall genre of reaction videos. We do not own the genre.
And we're creators at heart, and those who know us personally know how passionate we are about trying to help creators. And React World is meant to be an extension of that, with us simply providing resources and tools to anyone who wants to go down this path of creating one of our series with direct support from us.
So there's no way to go into all of the questions that people have about this, but we're going to answer some of the biggest ones that we've seen.
Okay, so first is what exactly constitutes any of your series formats? And the simple answer is watch any of our series that is part of the React World license, and that is the exact format. It's not one or two elements, it's all of the elements of the show, all used in the same style and way.
We've been trying to find an analogy to explain this better, and we know that this isn't the best, but if you wanted to start a fast food restaurant, you can start one on your own and possibly find huge success. But if you love Burger King and want to be part of that organization, if you join, you'd be able to get access to things like menu items and recipes and specific logos and promotional support. And these are two totally...
That's a terrible analogy. And the analogy you made before that was it's like America's Got Talent and then there's a Britain's Got Talent.
Totally different routes. Same kind of thing here with React World. You can join and get all these assets and support, or you can make your own reaction videos completely without us. It's up to you.
Okay, so
Bro, they can't even hide their contempt. They're like, how are you guys so fucking stupid? And how are you mad at us for not understanding that we wanted your money? What the fuck? Do you not get it? Like, bro. Even though they're reading off a script, they still can't hide their contempt for their own audience.
Oh, another question is, have you applied for any trademarks? Yes, we have trademarks just like other companies that use trademarks to protect their properties. So for example, we have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/react. So we're trying to protect it and not run the risk of losing our channel name thanks to someone else getting the trademark.
Yeah, what we're doing here, you dumb fucks, what you clearly fucking don't understand, you dimwits, is that... And look at this guy's face. Look how fucking... Oh my god, how great is this? How great is this? I need to set that as like a background image or something. It's just so glum. I've never seen Glee go to glum so quick.
But just because we have or might get trademarks doesn't...
And now look at that. Look at...
doesn't mean we're going to run around and start taking down videos.
And the last thing we're going to talk about is if there has ever been a situation where we had to take down someone's video. Yes. And look, when you create series and products, sometimes there is specific situations where your content is being infringed. Like if someone freeboots a video on Facebook, or in very rare cases, if someone produces a beat-by-beat version of your exact series, which has happened to us.
But again, with this one...
It has happened to us. People have copied us. And we didn't get every single cent. There was some micro fractions of dollars that didn't go into our accounts. Like, definitely a couple of Caucasian Jays. We didn't get every single profitable dollar amount.
All of these, it's very, very complex. And we also know that there's so many more questions that you guys have, and we want to do our best to answer as many of them as possible. So we've set up an email that we will be personally checking if you want more clarification. So please write us at askthefinebros@gmail.
Bro, I love how they go, there's just so many possible different questions that you all have that we would never be able to actually answer them right now. This is just a 3-minute apology, but we have an email set up that you could send to, which clearly will not be us responding to. It will be our PR team. Love it.
Email.com.
For our viewers who are not really part of this conversation and just here to watch our videos, thanks for sticking with us through this. And for everyone else, we want to continue the conversation, but either way, we just wanted to thank everyone for hearing us out.
And guess what? They didn't stick with him. The fans did it. Like, everybody dipped after that because people are, like I said, people can sense inauthenticity. Someone in the fucking comments said, "We're sorry that you're too stupid to understand how this works," is basically the sum of this apology. Pretty much, bro. Yeah, there's more. There's like the Travis Scott shit after that happened. I mean, there's so many bad YouTube apologies. Damn, social repos. I got written down. Laurel Lee. Fuck it. Okay, we'll end with that one. We'll end with that one. And I gotta do a part 2 of this series, I guess. Oh my god, because it just never ends. It never ends. Don't you forget. Oh yeah.
Guys, in this video, it's been so hard. So much possible.
Definitely a part. Yeah, it's getting kind of. I was debating of doing this late, but I was like, "Fuck it, I'm up, I'm here. Why not?"
I've ever done.
This one's not that long.
I'm so sorry.
Bro, someone said in the comments, I think she forgot to buy the eye drops. I can't stand when people do the cry voice. And as long as I put my hand in front of my face, like I'm crying, and make the cry face. No tears. Dry as a biscuit.
It hurts me so bad to disappoint you all who have supported me for so many years. And know that I'm better than that person. I, 6 years ago, decided to retweet things that were so vile and hurtful. I was so stupid and ignorant. And I have no excuses here today. I'm not here to give you an excuse.
I'm not here to give you an excuse except just a fake cry.
No excuses. I'm only here to say that I'm so sorry. And I hope one day that you guys can save me for the woman that I am. And that I can prove to you guys that I'm not that girl.
I'm not that
I love
girl.
you guys.
So apparently she made like racist and like fat phobic tweets or something back in the day. But bro, she's not even crying, literally. And someone else said in the comments as Anne, they go, bro, the fact that she sent this to her team, they watched it and were like, yeah, this is a good idea to upload. Like, what?
Guys so much. And whenever I see I disappointed you, it just breaks my heart into a million pieces.
And the Emmy goes to like, bro, think about something sad. Think about your first pet that you lost. Think about your grandma that died. Like anything to get them going. There's nothing.
I'm so sorry for anyone that's been hurt through this. Anyone.
And you could tell it's fake cry because when people actually make cry faces, their like cheeks squint up. They're like her cheeks aren't, nothing else is furrowed except her eyes are closing and she's doing this tone as if I'm crying. But the thing is, when you're actually crying, you know, it's like your voice gets like broken up and like cracks and it goes higher up and then it comes back down. Like you're not getting any of that because it's not real.
I feel so just.
And I love edit. I love how edited apologies. Hold on, let me send this to my editor. You can't even turn a camera on and be sincere for 4 minutes without having to edit it.
Disappointed that I don't even like to look at myself because like I can't even believe that
I can't even believe. And yeah, we also cannot even believe because this is unbelievable. You're not convincing anybody. Look at this face. I am so sad. I'm so sorry that I made racist tweets.
that I don't even like to look at myself because like I can't even believe that I would
The hand roll. I can't even believe.
retweet ugly things and be, things that would hurt people. Like I can't believe I didn't see the pain behind that kind of tweet and that kind of behavior. I did. And I'm so sorry. There's no excuse.
So sorry. You have to do the thing where like the words don't come out at first. You're so choked up. I'm so sorry.
I did. And I'm so sorry. There's no excuse.
Bro, you literally saw her like mouth the word saw and not put the like, it's not as if she tried to say it and it didn't come out. She just didn't do those syllables. And then she did the Ari. She mouthed the saw and then audibly did the Ari.
There's nothing I can say that's an excuse. I'm just sorry. I did that 6 years ago. I wish it was a better 6 years ago, but I can't pray for the past. I can only pray for the future.
No, but Jesus ain't helping you, sweetie.
I also want to say in this video that please just, if you
And literally, like she's gone through like 8 different cries, 8 different kinds, 8 different tones of sad. She's like, so I just want to say that, and she like breaks into a new character all of a sudden.
I also want to say in this video that please just, if you hate me, please just hate me. People have called my mother and threatened to kill her. They've gotten her phone number. They've attacked a child. My 14-year-old niece attacked her. And I asked you guys, please just.
Oh my God. How can you not even muster up a little actual human emotion for your niece? Which, first of all, I don't actually believe that your mother and your 14-year-old niece is getting attacked online. And if that was true, that's the best you got, is this.
14-year-old niece attacked her. And I asked you guys, please just let this be me.
Acting with your hands. Welcome to the workshop.
Let this be about me. It's not about my family. It's about me. It's not about anyone else. This is my sorry. There's another part of this story that, like, I don't know if you all know.
Another edit into a new character. Actually, there's another part to the story arc.
But me and Gabriel and Nikita and Manny took a picture with our middle fingers up, and we were trying to mimic Kylie Jenner's birthday picture, and the picture was taken out of context.
Yes, I was in blackface, but
And it ended up causing pain, for other people. And I just want to say I'm sorry to Jeffrey for the pain we may have caused you in this. I didn't know that picture.
she was looking at the script. You see that? See that? Where are you looking? Where are you looking, Jules? Okay, Irv, where are you looking? She's going to say it. Can't see it. Can't read the word. What does it say? What does it say? Remorseful. I'm so sorry.
I didn't know that picture was going to be taken out of context and that anything was going to be said to you. But at the end of the day, it was done. So I need to owe you an apology for this. And I know we're not friends anymore, but I want to apologize to you. Thank you guys for giving me some time.
Bro, what on earth? What on God's green earth? What the fuck was that?
Thank you guys for giving me some time.
I think she like sent a note to the editor to cut that part out. She was like preparing herself there, and the editor forgot to clip that part out because that made no sense.
Thank you guys for giving me some time. And I hope you guys understand that I just need some time now. I love you guys so much. And I'm sorry.
Wow, she actually like almost got there at the end, and then she ends it. Well, this was amazing. I definitely got to do part 2. But actually, what she said there at the end kind of fits. I'm so sorry that you had to sit through some of that. I apologize. I love you guys for being here. I'll see you soon. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you had to sit through all this. I can't believe you would actually sit here and watch all this with me. I should probably apologize tremendously. Okay. Have a good night, everyone. I need to go. But we'll be back with many much more jokes and dum-dums. I love watching dum-dums because just thank God you aren't these fucking sociopaths for real. That they need a script on how to behave like a normal human. Let me do 12 takes on what a empathetic person would sound like. Absurd, unbelievable. I can't believe. Oh fuck, I'm dying laughing. But I appreciate all you that were here. If you're watching on the playback, please hit that like button, share, subscribe if you're not already. And yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I'll tell you what, you'll never catch me doing one of these fucking. If it's something I said in the what you offended by something I said, good. Good. Eat a bag of dicks. Then this channel ain't for you, okay? That's about it. Because we ain't doing, we ain't grifting, we ain't scamming, we ain't creating coins to rug pull. I'm not trying to scam my subscribers or fans out of their money. None of that shit. So, with that being said, love y'all. Peace. Have a good night. Happy holidays. Catch you on the flip side. Hit that motherfucking like button. And toodles.